two girls sitting there, and Margaret looks at me and goes, "Dad, I see something you like."
Wow. Just bring them up right.
I keep that like a secret.
Dad, why'd you say, what do you mean by meow, meow, meow? Boys, we haven't done this in a long time, so go ahead and do the stupid
It's been
introduction.
like a week, dude.
It has been like a week. It just feels that way, Vince. You start, man.
We talked like 30 minutes ago.
Introduce yourself. Tell the listeners at home who you are, where you are. I like this fucking, you got this kind of yin yang thing going on. You're in black. You've got the background with the black line.
I'm wearing my Japanese kimono.
Yeah.
With a hood and a zipper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Oh, you want me to introduce myself? Oh, I'm Vince.
Sorry.
I'm Vince. I'm in Maryland at the present moment.
Hey, Vince, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Neighbor.
Paul Mace. I'm in California at the moment.
For a week.
Soon to be back in Cincinnati.
Now this is personal edification, but so you go out there for a few months and now you're getting ready to come back. I mean, how is it a momentous move, or is it just like packing from a long vacation?
I don't know yet. Like, it's kind of surreal.
Shit, you got a week, man. Get it together.
Yeah, like, it's funny. Yeah, like Katie started packing some stuff up, and I'm like, buying less groceries. But I'm like, we got a week. Like, if you went someplace for vacation for a week, you get there, you unpack, you buy your
in a day.
You buy way more shit
hours.
than you need for a week.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think I was trying to get everybody to stay longer. Not really, but I think everybody's ready to go home. I mean, they're enjoying it here, but it's time to, they're ready.
It's nice to be around your own stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't you have a cat?
We have two.
They did until they went to California. God knows what happened to them.
Wow.
We left a big bag of food out and we said, "Good luck."
They were like,
"Good luck, chumps."
I hope you make it. I mean, Mariemont's got a pretty good rodent population. They might have survived.
Yeah, we have someone watching the cats.
There you go.
The yeah, but we've
Didn't you
we have a
have
house there, I guess. Yeah. So.
I asked Billy Catfish to join, and he said there's a new GBE record today.
Oh yeah, you know what? I was wondering. I saw it posted. I was like, oh, it must be out.
Yeah, apparently it is. I don't know. What's it called? I don't even know.
I can't even keep up. Like, it's just too much.
Styles like this.
Vince, they asked you to stop keeping up. They told you not even to bother.
Yeah, I haven't kept up in 20 years. We're good.
Yeah, I was going to say, back in 2001, they was like, Vince, you've heard all you want to hear. It's all everybody.
Styles we paid for. That was close. Styles we paid for.
Oh, they actually released. There was a couple singles off of that. I actually, my Apple
heard the
Music,
one single.
because, my Apple Music. There it is. Mm-hmm. Is that it? My Apple Music gave me a song, or maybe even two, a couple weeks ago about it. But I shattered my phone this past Monday, and so I'm kind of in this weird place where I've realized that my reliance on the phone is shameful, to say the least.
How did you shatter your phone?
Yeah, were you playing sports?
Did it rage?
Yeah. It was a rage. I shattered my phone in a rage. It was fucked up to begin with. Yeah, in all sincerity, that's exactly what happened. I've told people it fell downstairs.
That's some heavy stuff.
But it was one of these things where an incessant, continuous problem I'd had with it just pushed me over the edge real early on a Monday, and I threw it against the wall, and that was that.
Well, you were trying to capture some Pokemon, weren't you? You got to get them all, dude.
No.
You got to get them all. You were playing that Pokemon game.
I
honestly get them all. Can't get all the goddamn Pokemon.
In all sincerity, and I think Paul's known me long enough to know that this is true, I wish I could say that was the case.
Yeah, but was it a problem with the phone, or was it some other problem?
Yeah, the problem. No, it's
not go there, Paul.
Fair, perfectly fair. I'm sure it's a combination of the two. No, it's just I had this kind of issue for a long time where it would it's had a charging issue. It literally has to be plugged into a charger all the fucking time.
Is it an Apple?
It's just it's the second generation SE.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I'm an old man and I like that size, and
I'm real excited about. It was your cheapness fault.
Yeah, well, whatever you want to call it. There,
you got upgrade
money bags.
Just one generation and you'd be in better shape.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's just I'm excited. I'm excited about the iPhone 12 mini because it's literally about the same size as the old 5SE thing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Is that what
So
you're
I'm
getting?
looking into it, but I'd like to, but it's fucking. I mean, even for the low end memory one, it's like $1,000.
Yeah, it's not for
your,
that.
You know, I'm not like you guys. I don't have $1,000 just laying, on my bedside table.
Switch your providers. Who do you
Yeah.
use right now?
Verizon.
Yeah, go to Sprint. Be like next to nothing.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've got 4 phones and 4. I mean, it's just.
They're all
it's
get
gonna be
upgrade the family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll
Exactly.
see.
I can get you a family plan.
Whatever.
Let me get you logged in.
Right on. I tell you what, guys. I'll send you guys my pertinent info, and if you take care of it for me, that'd be great.
Well, then how are you corresponding with us on the phone? We're using like on your computer.
My-
you have.
Yeah, no, my Mac Mini actually links with some of it, but not all of it. Like
There you go.
I've got most of my text addresses, and I've been able to communicate with most people through the Mini, but I don't have all of them, which I think is weird. But I've got to decorate for Christmas, don't I?
Suppose.
Oh yeah, you were supposed to decorate beforehand, I thought.
No, I was gonna make you guys watch me do it.
Oh, all right.
I had a Santa hat and everything. I was hoping Billy would join us. I was gonna say, Billy, get out your acoustic and sing O Tannenbaum or something.
Doing
And
great.
Ben, did you come into Cincinnati or no?
No, we're not going to come in this year. It sucks.
At
Yeah.
all? Just is it because of
No.
the COVID nonsense or just?
Well, it's just the problem is if we come in, Enzo can't go back to school when we get back. He has to stay home for 2 weeks.
Oh, they
Oh,
make
yeah.
you quarantine.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
he
because
traveled.
Ohio's like kind of like we keep looking at the numbers and they're not great.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Yeah.
I hear Katie's friends are telling her we should stay, and it's a shit show.
Yeah.
Ohio
And
is a shit show.
And Mariemont's a shit show too, apparently. So, yeah.
So anyway.
Apparently, the Ohio State House is trying to introduce articles of impeachment against
Yeah.
DeWine for
Because
vetoing.
Yeah.
Well, they tried to introduce this legislation that said that they couldn't shut down businesses no matter
Mhm.
what happened with the COVID numbers,
Mhm.
and he vetoed it.
Mhm.
And
So they're trying to
and
get
so
him
now,
impeached.
now they're trying to impeach him, saying that he's anti-business and.
It's literally so backwards. It's hard to wrap my head around. It's so backwards.
This is what I was saying after the election. I'm just like, yeah, we might have got Trump out of the White House, but we're not getting this fucking absolute fucking nonsensical thought process about how society should work. It's not
He's
going
still
anywhere.
fucking trying though, isn't he? He's still trying to stay in.
It ain't gonna happen. It's just a lot of. It's a
It's-
lot of like.
No.
It's all just like horror porn.
Did
Every
you-
headline is just.
Did you guys see the drunk fucking testimony of
Yeah, that
Giuliani's
blonde-
chick
Yeah,
at the
that
That
fucking?
blonde lady.
She was drunk. She was drunk as a monkey. I'm just like, Jesus, is this really what they want to portray?
It's so
And are there
tragic.
people in America right now? And there are people in America right now going, "See, she's telling it like it is." I mean, there's
Yeah.
people
Oh,
out
yeah.
there that are saying,
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Like she's
Katie
brilliant,
said
even though she
she-
just got off probation.
Katie said she was jogging today and heard some people talking about how the only reason Biden won is because, and by the way, this is California,
Oh,
is
yeah.
because people left the presidential ticket blank, and so the vote counter people just wrote in Biden.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, yeah.
That's logical.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
that's exactly what happened. The thing is what a lot of people don't realize is this entire election was determined by arbitrary, nonsensical individuals with a ballpoint pen.
I'm making some ballots right now as we speak.
Right now,
Yep.
there you go.
Yeah.
I just put up
Done.
my Christmas decorations.
Wow.
You know it's good.
Oh,
They're gonna-
Tannenbaum.
You know he's gonna
There you
fire
go.
Barr next too, right? I mean, that's
Oh
coming.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
he's gonna go out as in a ball of flames, but I think
Yeah.
I think the anxiety is gonna fade, not immediately, but nobody's gonna give a shit about him when he's gone.
I want to believe that. I really do, but I
They won't.
just.
They'll
But
move on
this
to the
is the
next
prob-
thing that's hate.
That's it. No, the problem is that you're going to still have your McConnell. You're going to still have that Matt Gaetz dude. You're going to still have all
Tim
these
Jordan.
nonsensical.
Yeah.
Fuck it. God damn it. He's in my back goddamn yard.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's the
you're
guy
still-
from Texas? That crazy guy from Texas.
Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there's still gonna be a fair share of assholes, but
But the thing is the Trump brand. See, a lot of these assholes were around before he came along, and
they've always
he
been
did-
around.
and all he did was teach them how to be more brazen and how to be more absurd and how to be
Yeah.
a bigger stumbling block in the functions of the fucking country.
Yeah.
And it's just it's not going to stop. It's not
No.
going to fucking go away just because Biden's president.
No, I don't think that's gonna go away, but I think you're gonna see a shift in focus in the media. I just
Well,
don't
that's
think
probably.
I
That's
think-
probably true.
I think
Oh.
I think a lot of the anxiety. I think we're going to see a slowdown in all the insanity, but it's going to be a while. It's going to be a year or two, I think. But I think it'll happen. His demographic are like gnats. They just pretty much follow like whatever. I just think they can. 1 minute they love you, the next minute they hate you. They don't really have any sort of allegiance to anything.
Oh, I like your Christmas lights.
Thanks, man.
It's like
There's
a
a lot
thrift
of
store in
effort.
there.
Huh?
It's a lot of effort. It's a high quality thrift store. The problem with this thrift store is there's the price. Everything's prohibitively priced. You come in here and be like, you're like, man, that old Casio. What are you asking for that?
Yeah, what you got on that tube TV?
Vince, what are you doing? Do you say, Vince? What are you doing? You're like,
He's jerking
Nothing.
off.
I'm just rocking my feet.
He's jerking
yeah.
off. It's all good. It's all good.
No, my feet are just freezing cold.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Wait. I thought you were in your attic.
I am,
Why? Well, why would your attic be the coldest place in your house?
because I'm not wearing socks. Hot air rises, so the floor is always cooler.
I'm not sure that's a reasonable answer.
It's called
but
science,
all right.
guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, hot air rising, socks or not. Yeah,
Basic science.
Yeah, gotcha. So, Paulia, your parents will be in town for the holiday, right? Ralph and
Yeah,
Mary
they
Alice?
will. They're there now. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. I think we talked about this last time. I'm not sure. We'll quarantine. We probably won't see anybody for a couple weeks, but and then
fucking
Katie doesn't
nightmare.
want to see anybody after that either because everybody will get together.
Yep.
Do you need me to do you guys have an artificial tree to put up?
We do have an artificial tree at the house.
Okay.
So do
All
we.
right. Oh, well, I was gonna ask if you wanted me to get you a tree.
Oh, that is so nice.
That is nice of you.
That is a really nice gesture.
Yeah.
Not that he would have followed through, but he was thinking about it.
I was gonna say it is just a gesture.
Like a bag of leaves on your porch when you get home.
I thought he was because I think he was offering to go over to put up the artificial tree, but then he's like, "Oh no, I could get it." Yeah, he did. But it was a nice.
No,
gesture.
I mean, I know. Here's the thing, Paulie. I know you well enough to know that your artificial tree's really fucking nice. I bet it's a piece of cake to put up. I'll go over.
Yeah, I don't know how nice it is.
I put mine away decorated, so I just take it out of the closet on Christmas.
Right? You put it in the
Yep.
box. It's just like,
All
oh
the
wait,
lights are on it.
there's some glass in the bottom of the box. Honey, will you
Uh-huh.
run to Walgreens and buy a single ornament, please?
I keep telling the kids they're not getting anything for Christmas. Yeah, they got to be.
That's real nice, Paul.
They got to. Well, they got to be here.
Yep.
This is what I told you my phone story. This is my daughter's phone. Guess what she's getting for
God.
Christmas?
What does she do? She act like
What does she do?
Down in a fit of rage.
She's a medical examiner.
What happened to her phone?
Oh, I don't. No, it was actually it was a skateboarding accident, so I had to.
Interesting.
She had it in her back pocket. She's got a case. She's got a screen protector. Yeah, I got a really nice board for her birthday this year.
Nice.
And she tried to pull a tail flip or something and
She was
sat her
shredding
butt
some
down on her
bowl,
phone.
man, and it just fell out.
You ever take her out to the skate park in Beach Acres?
I've taken her nowhere.
Wow.
Father of the year.
That's terrifying.
Yeah,
Poor
100%.
kid.
No, that's the thing. We skate around here. A guy from one of the pastors from the church took her to one skate park. I don't know where it was. I thought it was down in Kentucky, actually.
That's interesting.
You like the pastor of the.
That's real interesting.
Yeah. I do. Yeah, it's all good.
Hmm.
You guys are fucking awful.
So
many ways.
It doesn't sound great. I'm a preacher's kid, so I can say it.
Well, shit. See,
Okay,
she
goes.
you just guaranteed my daughter's never doing that again.
Yeah.
She goes
Son of a-
skating with the pastor.
She just got the board in September for her birthday, so she's skated around here a lot. She's improved significantly over that short amount of time,
That's fantastic.
and she's worked up enough courage to destroy a cell phone. So
Oh, she was skating and fell on it.
Happens, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. So you see, that's another phone. You might as well switch plans. Your phone.
Right.
What's
Right.
5 got? 5 doesn't.
five has a 10XR.
Whoa.
Damn. Did you buy him that thing?
Yeah, that was his Christmas present. Probably the year before last. Now that I think about it.
Damn, that's like $1,000, right?
I know. He's like Warren Buffett over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, ice cream for breakfast.
Are you all right, Scott? You kind of got quiet all of a sudden.
He was thinking about his phone. He was thinking about
I'm thinking
shredding.
about the phones. No, I'm fine. I'm tired as fuck, dude. I've been working like the oldest man schedule there is the last few weeks. I've been going to bed at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, getting up at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And
That's what I
great.
do here. Yeah.
yeah, it's all right.
I've been-
This is I don't know if it's like a symptom of 2020 in general, but this year more than any I can remember, the earlier darkness has affected me significantly. The fact that it gets fucking dark at 5 o'clock, I'm just like, ah.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like
It is, and I usually haven't. I'm typically not affected by that sort of thing, but it's just like, we do dinner and watch movies or whatever, check on the kids' homework and stuff, and I'm like, I'm ready for bed, and it's like 7:30.
Yeah, but it's really subliminal. Like you don't realize it's happening, but you're sort of slipping into this quiet little depression, and you don't even know it.
No, I know, Vince. No, I know.
I don't.
I'm well aware.
This is why I want to stay out here longer.
Yeah, I have a lot more sunlight.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, Paul. The further east you go, the more depressed people are, apparently.
Serious.
Yeah, like today it was like 39 degrees and like rainy all day, and I'm like, this is not great.
Yeah, you had our weather yet from yesterday.
Like, there's nothing romantic about it or endearing or like, I don't want to do anything with it. I just like, get me the fuck out of here. I've gotten really soft, apparently.
Yeah.
Gotten.
How's
let's
Megan?
tighten it up a little
How's
bit.
Megan Enzo doing? They doing all right?
They're doing just fine. They're doing great.
Yeah.
Enzo
I've been
just got
amazed
out
at
of
how well my
juvie
kids. Yeah. What was it this time?
fighting.
Again?
What
Yeah.
happened?
I'm kidding. I said Enzo just got out of juvie.
No. Thought maybe he got kicked out of school again.
No, I'm kind of like, he's really like, we're struggling because he really loves video games. Like he loves to play the Fortnite, and we held off for years, like getting anything that had violence or shooting or any of that shit in it. And finally, like, he's an only kid, so it isn't like he's got a ton of like bros to chill with.
How old's
But
Enzo now?
alright.
13? 14?
He's 10.
10. Jesus. Look at me rushing you. Sorry, buddy.
I know. And then so we got it, and he's just like, they just love the shit out of it. So it's a struggle to like find that balance, between like, hey, I wish you were out like building your own spaceship in the backyard.
Yeah.
That's completely
Or
unrealistic.
doing something, doing anything.
Yeah, I think maybe we all have those delusions, right? Like
We
where
do.
our kids are building like a satellite to talk to their friend in Australia. Like instead they're watching some bullshit on YouTube, some kid opening up new toys.
My kids are
Well, no,
playing.
but
They're
that's the thing.
Zooming
Wait,
right
hang
now.
on. I'm sorry, Paul, but since the thing is, you're like, we're hoping that they're building a satellite to talk to people in Australia. They're not. I mean, Fievel's playing Red Dead Redemption, but he's playing online with kids in Australia.
Yeah, that's their social outlet.
Yeah, it's all they've got. I try and encourage my kids to do physical stuff or stuff that's not, nose to glass stuff as much. But it's really fucking hard to compete with a world where anything fucking goes. It's literally both my kids' social outlets is all online anymore.
So, okay.
And whether it's through games and whether it's, FaceTime or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
I have the same struggle too to try and limit it. But at the same time, it's just like, it's that or nothing as far as
it's just it's our current landscape. Like they don't really have a lot else to do. Like he plays soccer and they have practice in games, but that's really it. And we're blessed because he goes to school every day.
Yeah, practicing games with a disease-ridden ball of death.
Exactly, but you got to do it.
Something.
But Paul, you were saying?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Paul. I cut you off.
My kids they're just Zooming right now, playing Roblox or something with their friends.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
At the beach today, Margaret goes, I want to go home. I can play Among Us. I'm like, you gotta go home to play Among Us.
I bought Elliot the Among Us hat, so she's got the black hat with the one eye on it thing. Have you seen this game, Among Us? Have you paid any attention to it? Do you know what
he loves it. Enzo plays it.
It's interesting. Anyway.
But don't you hate the parents that are like, you're like, well, what did your kids do this summer? I'm like, I watched YouTube and played video games. They're like, oh, our son read the entire, Harry Potter series and wrote a novel, and he just published his first screenplay.
And he wrote a novel.
You're like,
right.
You're like, seriously? And I'm looking.
He reinterpreted the Iliad for modern times.
Yeah. And he cured cancer like in late August.
Right.
you know,
Discover
it's,
time travel, etc.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is like we get a lot of like, what summer camps are you sending your kids to? We're like,
yeah.
"Oh, the summer camp of the pool."
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we just say which one is the cheapest and can watch them all day. Oh,
I don't know.
So
Didn't
cheap.
Enzo? Hang on just a second though. Didn't Enzo do your auto maintenance course?
of course you did.
Right.
It's our pupil.
So, I fucking hate those friends of mine that are just like, my kid's, taking this auto maintenance course I'm giving for his friends too.
Yeah, that's like going skating with the priest.
Right.
Going over to Uncle Vince's
It
to work on cars.
might be a little less impact, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
point taken.
He kicks the parents out and the garage door goes down.
But one thing it taught me is I like
Let me
to
tell you about
work
an oil
alone.
change.
I don't want
Say it
anybody
again.
around me when I'm doing that stuff.
When you're doing what, car stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, they missed it. Oh.
Oh, what really? I kind of got the impression that you did that because you love the idea of imparting this knowledge to.
Oh, I
impressionable
enjoy
young
that,
minds.
but like I don't want people because some older guy, like some of the like older folks found out about it and started like just inquiring, and I was like, hey, or they would say like, hey, I've got a problem. Can I bring my car over? I'm like, sure. And they'd be like, what are you working on? And I've been restoring this old BMW for like the last month and a half. And
That's
so
the one
if
you
I-
The one, yeah, the one you're giving Scott.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And but anyway, like I just had said, hey guys, I'm going solo from here because people are like, oh, let me help you take out the transmission. Let me help you like do this and that. And it's just like you can't have some chump, juggling wrenches.
Chump wrench struggling. That was a movie, right?
That's what I got out of my class.
You get so people want to help you, and then it's not really help, huh?
I mean, they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're learning and they're helping, but some things you just like don't. You have to be. You just like you're kind of focused. I don't want any trouble.
You need one of those classic like Cracker Barrel signs. You ever see the Cracker Barrel sign that says, car work is $10 an hour. If you want to help, it's $15 an hour. No, I'm sorry. If you want to watch, it's $15 an hour. If you want to help, it's $20 an hour.
And another thing I've learned the hard way is like no good deed goes unpunished. Like when I was teaching that class, one of my buddies like said, hey, I need front brakes on my Tacoma. I'm like, great. Like, can we use it? And he's like, oh yeah, that's perfect. So we used it in the class. One of the kids, he was taking off one of the nuts that holds the caliper on the brake, and he snapped the nut flush with the with like the basically I spent almost 10 hours drilling a bolt out. So right. I learned my lesson. Like, I mean, it was
at what point in the
painful.
class then was the class, did the class come to a standstill at that point?
No, I kind of played it off like it would be okay, but I knew we were seriously fucked. And it was really hard to get to, and it's really hard metal, so just like ate through drill bits like you would not believe. It was just
Vince through his phone, crack. God damn it!
But I mean, I never lost my cool. But
right.
I told all the kids to go home. I gave my buddy the keys to one of my cars, and I was like, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it."
Wasn't my BMW, was it?
No, it was a nice truck though. That BMW is just an absolute.
Wait, the truck? I thought you gave the truck to your dad.
I did, but I got another one. Some guy was going to throw it away.
Of course you did. Of course.
Yeah, it's a 1990 Toyota pickup, but it's a 4-speed. It's a 5-speed, and it's 4-wheel drive, so it's kind of a cool car.
Mm.
But I went and got a new bed for it. I went and got 2 new doors for it and a back window. So now I'm just doing all the rough stuff. Pointless project. I have no idea what I do with it when I'm done.
You're gonna give it to Scott. Oh, no, I'll take the truck.
No, that's the BMW. The BMW. Give the truck
I'll take
to Paulie.
the truck. I need the truck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna become a picker.
Yeah. I mean, that's essentially what I do.
Yeah, I want to retire from Fidelity and become a picker.
And become a picker. Define for me what you mean by.
Yeah, what's a picker? Like a cotton?
No, you like drive drive around and
yeah, like the Discovery Channel show where you
American,
American Pickers. Yeah, you live in this fantasy world where the entire country is this kind of cavalcade of open air shops that are people's homes.
Everybody's house looks like your office.
Right. Wow, that's a beautiful shaker dinette set there.
That's just all horseshit, man. Nobody's got anything cool.
Yeah.
God, look at
I don't know.
that. Look behind him. I mean, he's got like picking stuff all over there.
Yeah.
My
That's like
entire
else.
house is my entire house. Right? Yeah. Case in point, my entire house is furnished in early American garbage pickings. Has been since Paulie first met me.
You got eBay stuff written all over that behind you, Scott.
All over it. Written all over it.
Did I ever tell you guys the story of the abandoned house that was when we lived in Baltimore City? It was next door to us.
Is this a Wes Craven film?
That next door you were the house I visited, the one. Yeah.
You were there, Paul.
Yeah. There was an abandoned.
Paul,
house
you were there.
So we lived.
Okay, start at the beginning.
We lived in this little court, and there was this like morbidly obese guy that would drive up to this really ratty house, like maybe once every other month, and unload tons of shit. Nobody actually lived in the house, but apparently some homeless guy was squatting there for a couple of years. But the gentleman ended up dying, and so I started cutting his lawn just to be a good citizen, and it was such an eyesore. I was like,
after he was dead?
After he was dead, nobody lived there.
And
nobody lived there.
So some dude died, nobody took the house, and you started cutting the lawn.
And you started cutting the grass.
Yeah, so and then
it makes perfect sense.
So as I'm cutting the lawn, I'm like looking in the window of this house, and I'm like, holy shit. Like he had, vintage Coke machines and pinball machines.
Oh yeah.
And art.
It was American's Picker's Paradise.
And so like two of my neighbors, I was like, hey guys, we have to get into this house, and like.
So you broke in and stole the shit?
No, we yeah. So
well, that's why I was cutting the grass in the first place, was to stake it out.
Well, the reason we went in is because there was all these like raccoons and shit living in it, and it kept fucking with my neighbor's trash. So we're like, let's try to get the coons out.
We gotta break into this house and get rid of those raccoons.
We didn't have to break in. The front door was wide open.
Oh, no, makes perfect sense.
So the roof
the
was
raccoons
rotted.
picked the lock.
The roof was rotted, so the floor was like literally gonna collapse at any minute. And he had all this amazing folk art and all this like Baltimore Colts gear. I mean, it was like I was like in tears. I'm like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And then he had a third floor attic that was like triple padlocked, but I never went in it.
So whoever owned this house, like, was there like
and what happened?
What happened?
What happened?
The city ended up taking possession of the house and sold it at auction.
And all the contents, or how much did you get out of it and make from it in the meantime?
I got like a really cool old vintage, like sort of Coke, like original, like, these big Coke buttons. It was hand painted. Mm-hmm. And then I got some other little interesting things like a propeller and some other stuff.
You got the stuff you could carry away after that first break-in.
Yeah, the stuff that, like, I'm like, this is cool, but nobody's going to, like, lose sleep over it. And he was already dead anyway. But then word got out, and people started raiding it, which is really fucked up because we had already moved at that point.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. You could have taken all that stuff.
Then they ended up leveling the house and just filling up a dumpster with like old war bond posters, which are worth like thousands of dollars. And a bunch of people went in and grabbed them. Somebody grabbed the Coke machine out of the trash. So it all got.
You got the Coke. Oh no, you got the Coke cap. You didn't get.
There was like the Coke machine weighed like 6,000 pounds.
So you never found out what was in the padlock room? Could have been.
That's where all the war bond posters were. Like he had like really valuable comic books. He had every Playboy from like inception to present day. Like, and it was all really very well organized. Like he had.
Did you know the guy then before he died? Did you?
No, he was a huge asshole. Because I used to cut his lawn. So you did know him? I was cutting his lawn since we moved in because he would never cut it. And
I thought you were cutting his. Yeah, you started cutting it before he died. Then
I was always cutting his grass. Yeah, but I did it much more religiously once I heard he was dead.
So did you? How do you know this guy? Did you talk to him when he was an
asshole? Yeah.
Like, what are you cutting my lawn for? Get out of here!
He gave me a
I want
hard
my
time
grass.
That's exactly how it was like.
He gave you a hard time.
He was like Jabba the Hutt. He was like Jabba the Hutt big. And he drove this beat up old Ford Escort station wagon with no suspension, so it was like full of junk, and it was just the saddest thing.
What did he say to you? Did he yell at you?
He just was like, "Why are you cutting my lawn?" And I'm like, "Because you don't cut it, and I have to look at it every day."
Was he your next door neighbor?
No, he lived across the court. There was six or seven houses on this tiny little court. But yeah, so that's the real deal. And so that's I broke
Let's
into
see
that guy's
Coke
house.
stuff. Where's that Coke thing you got?
Downstairs, hanging up.
You know, it sounds to me that the point of that story is that you regret not pulling a semi up and just emptying the fucking place
That's
out.
what I'm regretting.
I couldn't. I got really freaked out. Like I felt like I was
Because you
literally
were
robbing-
essentially stealing from a dead man's home.
like I was in the Franklin Mint, you know, with like laser tracking and shit, and I was really in a burned out like squatter house that nobody gave a shit about. So whatever.
Like again, it just sounds to me like your regrets is that you didn't take it for more.
And my neighbor that like went in with me was like this super, like the nicest, most wholesome Quaker guy you'd ever met. Like they were just super, and he was like mortified.
Mortified that you took the Coke thing.
Quaker
I'm like,
guy.
I'm
You
like,
can't
Evan,
steal
we just,
from this man. He's
I'm like,
dead.
Evan, we just hit a gold mine. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like,
The man's
we're-
dead.
I'm like, we're rich.
And he's like, the man's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he ended up taking like a Heineken sign.
Oh, he did. Oh, you got the
So,
Quaker
yeah,
guy.
he's like, the man's dead, but this Heineken sign's pretty nice.
Yeah. So that was it was a wild place.
Oh, I'm still not 100% sure what the moral of this story is.
There isn't one.
But really, you did steal more shit.
Hey, don't be a pussy and take what you can.
Yeah, that's right. You know, hey, when you're
Smash
in a
that phone.
situation where somebody's died, they can't benefit anyway. Take that shit. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this as one of the shows my kids don't watch.
And what did he die from?
I think just had a heart attack. The guy was the most
He was
unhealthy
Jabba
person.
the Hutt pig.
Yeah.
And did he like sit in his house for a month before people knew he
Oh,
was
No,
dead?
shit.
he never lived in the house. Ever. He lived
Yeah,
in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Oh.
sorry, Paul. He said that earlier. It was a repository for junk,
Yeah.
apparently.
Oh.
But it wasn't junk. The guy was like a pack rat. He was a hoarder. But I mean, we were convinced there was probably just shoe boxes full
Now-
of cash in there.
Now, hang on, really. I mean, yeah, I mean, it might as well have been shoeboxes full of cash to hear you describe it. Can you
Mhm.
really say he was a hoarder when he had a property specifically for the storage of truly valuable collectible items? Was he a
Well, he didn't
hoarder?
take- He was an idiot.
Was he
because didn't take
organized?
care of the he let the house fall apart around it. So like all that
Yeah,
water ruined.
he made it so the neighbors could come in and take whatever the fuck they wanted after he died.
And all that water ruined tons of things. Like he had like all these baseball cards, and I'm like, I don't know anything about that stuff because
Hmm.
you know it's not my jam. But
Yeah.
yeah. that was my missed opportunity. Like if I would have had balls, like I would have cleaned that place out and got like moved to Tijuana.
How much
I
shit did I
wanna-
give you for taking that Coke sign?
How much did you give me?
No, how much shit
Did
did
Meg
Meg
give
give
you?
you?
She wasn't really impressed at all.
She's probably told you
I
to
wanna-
take it back, didn't
yeah,
you? Did she?
I
Take
wanna-
that Coke sign back.
I find myself at a place where I want to believe, Vince, that you feel better about yourself that you didn't get
I
the
do.
mother load from this
Yeah.
man's grave, essentially.
But
Do you?
isn't taking one thing the same as thinking 100 things? Like there's the moral sort of like
Yeah, right. Like
I wish I'd profited
it's
more
on the
from
same
taking-
plane. They intersect.
He took one thing. He might as well have just taken everything
Exactly.
versus not taking anything. Yeah.
But in the end, they
Uh,
ended up tearing it down, and a lot of it got ruined, and that was the tragic part. Like,
Yeah, so you could have taken it and then auctioned it off and donated the money to like charity.
yeah, but I wouldn't have done
And
that.
in this guy's name, or you could have opened a museum in this guy's name.
To
No, I would have
Jabba
yeah,
bought,
but you
more,
would've
I would have
done
bought
that.
more
Yeah.
shit with it.
Or you'd
I
have
didn't
taken
play
one
that.
more vacation. One more
Yeah.
vacation.
I would have gone
See?
down to Cabo.
Right.
That's why I want to be a picker.
But yeah, that's the best story ever told.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I would have told that story personally. Yeah, I
Why?
would've.
Because it's
I would've-
incriminating?
yeah.
Statute of limitations is come and gone. I'm good.
Right on. Okay.
I bet
Well,
Scott's got better stories.
Oh, I know he does.
Yeah.
But you're asking me to think of him late at night.
Yeah.
I don't have better. I don't have. You know what? I don't have better stories of taking advantage of a dead person.
I mean, if you put it
Just
like
don't.
that, you're right. That's a really interesting story.
It's a pretty straightforward thing.
But
It's
here's
just
how
like,
I justified it. Because every time you do something you shouldn't, you always can justify it, right? So like,
Right. It's like the whole Woody Allen thing.
Yeah, when I like beat that kid up at the bus
rationalization.
stop, you know, when I took that old lady shit last week, like there's always a reason. Like she didn't need that money.
Right.
I mean,
So
when I punched out that 7-year-old girl for a Starbucks.
Yeah, I'm like, she kind of was asking for it. Like,
so the opposite.
They always are.
I went to the grocery store last night to get some beer. Then I get the cart, right? There's a
Mhm.
12-pack of Heinekens outside. There's a 12-pack of Heinekens sitting right there, like
in the cart.
On the cart, like somebody left their 12-pack there. So
that they paid for already, probably.
yeah, I took it in. And I took it in, and I was like, I said, yeah, it's like somebody left their Heineken out there, and I said, I'd like to keep it, but and then I went and got my shit, and I came back, and the same guy was checking me out, and I said, did the guy come back to get his Heineken? And he said, oh, I called. He's going to send somebody down. He goes, I'm surprised you brought it back. He's like,
right. And you're like, me too, man. Let's crack open some of those motherfuckers and drink some.
Give me one of those Frosties.
Yeah, but
Jesus,
maybe
dude, you did the wrong thing, dog.
Is it? I don't know.
I would want, if I left my 12-pack of beer, I'd hope somebody would,
I would have taken it back too, after I drank a couple.
Well, if it was IPA, I might have thought
Fresh a couple tall boys in the parking lot.
It was Heineken.
Hey, based on your earlier story, Vince, you would have taken those Heinekens and then you would have bitched to somebody later that the idiot hadn't left you something more valuable.
No, I would have sold them to some underage kids and made a profit.
Yes.
Yeah.
$5 a bottle.
Hey, Jimmy, you want to buy a 12-pack of Heinekens?
Jimmy.
Yeah. I know your dad. It's cool. We only have 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining.
I didn't know you guys could see the timer. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's great.
That's all there is.
Where's the timer at?
It's funny. I was telling Christina this earlier. I'm glad you guys wanted to come and join me because I've asked people sporadically over the last few weeks, and a lot of people haven't been as game to do it as they were when I first started doing it.
I think people are in a weird place right now.
I always tell Christina, I think, I started this whole thing because I thought everything was really fucking weird, and I thought it'd be important to document how weird everything fucking was. Mm-hmm. And I think everybody's just kind of gotten used to it. This is just kind of the way it is now. And
I'm not used to it.
What is there to talk about? What is there to talk about? So you're not used to it. The three of us, correct me if I'm wrong, the three of us have been very, very fortunate, and our lives have been adjusted in, some major ways in one ways than the other. But for the most part, we're fine, right? Yep. It's like, we can remark upon the great unwashed and the misery that a lot of people are going to be facing. I think the next 6 months, about a third of the American public is going to be facing serious financial fucking trouble. But, we'll see how that affects everybody else. I don't know, man. I still think everything's as momentous as it was. I don't know if it's as specific to talk about as it was because everybody's gotten so used to the idea that we have this pandemic and we have this,
Well, I'll start getting our vaccines, and
there's optimism to be had. I think that's what we need to focus on. Yeah,
I don't know. I will. I don't know about you, but give me the shots.
Well, what's your really quick? That's a nice specific topic. What's your thoughts on it? You just said I know you will.
Vince, no, I said I don't know if you will. I said I will.
That's what I said. I'm sorry that you said you will get the vaccine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I never get the flu vaccines. I never do. I consider it a fucking crapshoot. It's a concoction based on whatever the statistics are from the previous year and whatever. Mm-hmm. And I've never, I've been sick a few times, but it's never been serious, whatever. Yeah. But in this particular instance, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Maybe I will. I don't know. Vince, what are you going to do?
Absolutely.
You'll do it for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Under a new administration with proper oversight, absolutely. Yeah. If it was they called it the Trump vaccine, I'd be like, yeah, I'm good. I'll take I'll roll the dice.
Obviously, they're not going to do that. But that's the thing is this particular vaccine, I'm more inclined to because it's going to be specifically about this strain and about this variable.